Welcome back, Nazreen. We're here with Professor Akbar Ahmed. Professor Ahmed, tell us about your latest project. It is, of course, a part of Journey into Islam. Zara bataiye what Journey into Islam is, and then we'll get to the other.
Fandi, मैंने जैसे कहा 9/11 के बाद मेरा एक किस्म का आप समझ ले मिशन या आप समझ ले एक, हालांकि ये लफ्ज़ यहाँ मगरिब में काफ़ी कंट्रोवर्शियल है, एक किस्म का जिहाद आप समझ लें. But my attempt really after that was to try to explain Islam and create bridges, interfaith dialogue, यहूदियों के साथ, rabbis के साथ, bishops के साथ, गांधी सेंटर में हर जगह non-stop, and I would take my students with me, and I have some wonderful students on campus at American University, और ये खुशी से आते थे, they wanted to understand and learn. Now मैंने एक बहुत बड़ा project किया called Journey into Islam, in which I went to the Middle East, to South Asia, and to Far East Asia, and we traveled and conducted questionnaires, and when I got back I wrote a book called Journey into Islam, which was published by Brookings, yeah, America ka leading think tank hai. Now one of the questions I asked in the Muslim world, and you know we met everyone, we met presidents and prime ministers and Pakistan people who were absolutely wonderful, they were, you know, the usual hospitality and their openness. We went to madrasas, we went to mosques, we talked to ordinary people, taxi drivers, students, everyone. One of the questions I asked, or my team asked, my team was with me, what is the number one problem as the Muslim world sees of the West? And you know the answer was again and again, how Islam is portrayed in America, in the West. Because Muslims are very sensitive about so many things. But जब आप रसूल पाक को या खुदा पाक को कुछ अनप्लेजेंट वे में पोर्ट्रे करते हैं या उनके कुछ गंद या कीचड़ उछालते हैं with reference to them, Muslims get very upset. And I found this, however secular they are or traditional, they all get upset. So here was a challenge. So I felt my project was incomplete. और जब मुझे sabbatical year university ने दी, every 7 years we are allowed to take 1 year off sabbatical, I decided rather than sit home and relax, I decided to travel in the United States and do a similar project in reverse. So for 9 months I traveled throughout the United States with my team, same team, and they were wonderful. They volunteered, they said we'll come with you and we'll help you because they're Americans. Luckily for me, 2 were from the north to the south, so they really knew the culture and the locations of this country. We went to 75 cities, we went to 100 mosques, and we came back with this project which is unprecedented in the social sciences, because no professor has gone out to an entire community and spent a year going from house to house, mosque to mosque, sitting with the community. You know, during the month of fasting, we opened the fast with people, Sehri, Iftar, said prayers with them, and really began to understand the community. So this project allows the Muslim community to speak for itself. And we came across remarkable examples of how the Muslims are making an impact and how Americans are reaching out to the Muslims. One situation, for example, in Chicago, which will interest every Pakistani. The deputy mayor, Bernie Stone, अब देखें आप फंदी, यहूदी, जी, उसने एक street in Chicago, he's named the street Muhammad Ali Jinnah Way. अब आप सोचें शिकागो में एक पूरे सड़क का नाम है Muhammad Ali Jinnah Street. So I was very, very touched by that, and Bernie Stone खुद आए, बुजुर्ग हैं, he's old, he came himself, he wasn't very well, he walked around with me, he told me how he gave the name, that street's name, and then कहने लगे, हंस के कहने लगे, I have a lot of support about. I said, look Bernie, every Pakistani will vote for you, he is in love with you because you honored his Qaid-e-Azam. तो मुझे कहने लगे, you know, I have more support among Muslims than among Jews. हंस के कहने लगे. So you know, we also met and we saw many situations like this.
So how many कितने Muslim communities में आप तशरीफ ले गए over the United States?
Every kind, Fandi, every kind, because you know Muslims are distributed all over the United States. Muslim आबादी हैं about 7 million है, and they're divided broadly into 3 categories: African Americans, Middle East, Arabs, and South Asians. South Asians में Pakistani हैं, Indian Muslims हैं, Bangladeshis हैं. So more or less evenly divided. And we visited everyone, every kind of community. St. Louis में 70,000 Bosnians, वहाँ गए, मस्जिद में गए, नमाज़ें पढ़ी उनके साथ, गुफ्तगू की, इंटरव्यूज़ लिए. In Nashville, 40-50,000 Kurd from Iraq, So every kind of community. San Francisco Afghans from Afghanistan.
जैसे पाकिस्तान में होता है, we have sects and they practice their religion in their own mosques. हमने अपनी रिसर्च में और अपने टाइम अमेरिका में गुजारते हुए देखा है कि यहाँ पे शिया सुन्नी सब एक साथ प्रे करते हैं, कोई मसला नहीं है. इनफैक्ट मुसलमान synagogues में भी प्रे करते हैं because they don't have enough locations. What is it about America that is so different that allows this to happen here?
Well, Fandi, America has an amazing tradition and which we need to acknowledge. Many Americans don't know about this. This is the amazing thing. Scholarship means, I want to go back as a Muslim. मुझे जो फख्र है इस्लाम पर वो इसलिए फंदी because Islam has the highest respect for ilm, knowledge. In the Quran Sharif, ilm is the second most used word after the word for God. अब तुम सोचो, तुम्हारा मजहब कहता है इल्म तुम्हारा फर्ज है. It's not saying भाई पढ़ो या ना पढ़ो या acquire ilm. It's your duty. रसूल पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने कहा था that the ink of the scholar is more sacred than the blood of the martyr. अब सोचो फंदी कितनी बड़ी चीज़ कही है. रसूल पाक कह रहे हैं कि तुम खून अपना मत दो मुझे, तुम स्कॉलरशिप मुझे दो, इंक दो, स्याही दो as a scholar. So Islam emphasizes ilm a lot. And for me, one of the greatest joys of being on campus is to be able to pursue ilm. और इस प्रोजेक्ट में आई रियली बिगैन टू लर्न अबाउट अमेरिका. मेरे लिए बहुत चैलेंज था, ये सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज था एज एन एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट. मेरे लिए जर्नी इनटू इस्लाम लिखना वाज नो प्रॉब्लम. आई एम अ मुस्लिम स्कॉलर. ऑल माय लाइफ आई हैव बीन इन द मुस्लिम वर्ल्ड एंड आई हैव बीन राइटिंग अबाउट इट. अब जर्नी इनटू अमेरिका मेंट I had to read on American history, American culture, American society, and I'm not a scholar of America. I had to become one. And I discovered amazing things. When you say this tradition of pluralism in America, do you know, Fandi, that when Congressman Keith Ellison was sworn in as congressman, he was sworn in on a Quran, not the Bible. And there was a storm. People said, "Bhai, ye pehli dafa hua hai. How can a congressman be sworn on the Quran?" Until it was discovered that the Quran was owned by Thomas Jefferson, who's one of the founding fathers of America.
The third president.
President, a great man, one of the extraordinary figures of history. Ab socho, the President of the United States owns a copy of the Quran. More, we went to Monticello, his home.
Gee.
There's a statue outside the university he created, the University of Virginia, and the statue has a tablet. It's 1786. अब आप सोचे फंदी दुनिया में 1786 में क्या हो रहा था? Religious wars, collapse of political governments, dynasties, empires. America में a statue which says 1786, religious liberty for everyone. God, Jehovah, Allah, Brahma. And I was amazed. I said, in the middle of nowhere, 1786 mein, they're thinking of religious freedom and liberty for every faith in the world, not just Jews and Muslims and Christians, even Hindus. And that to me was a remarkable thing. That reflects a tradition within America itself. And I think, Fandi, a great challenge of our project, this journey into America, is not only to make Muslims understand America, but to make Americans understand America. Americans need to rediscover what is the basis of American ideology and vision, going back to the founding fathers. George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, they are writing about Muslims and they're saying, Benjamin Franklin कहते हैं, if the Imam of Istanbul, अब सोचें आप, founding father of America, if the Imam of Istanbul wants to come to Pennsylvania, to Philadelphia where he lived, I will give him my pulpit. He can come to my church, my girja, I'll let him speak. खुतबा दें अपना यहाँ. अब this is happening at that time. और जब मैं सोचता हूँ आज जहाँ इतनी गलत फहमियाँ हैं, इतनी कंट्रोवर्सीज हैं अराउंड इस्लाम, लॉट ऑफ अमेरिकन से वेरी अनकाइंड थिंग्स कि इस्लाम इज टेररिज्म, इस्लाम इज दिस, प्रॉफिट ये थे और खुदा ये हैं इस्लाम के. मुझे इतना दुख होता है बिकॉज आई से खुदा के लिए तुम अपनी हिस्ट्री पढ़ो. 200 साल पहले यू पीपल हैड दिस ब्रॉड टॉलरेंट विजन. हैव यू फॉरगॉटन इट? सो knowledge is a challenge not only to yourself but all of those who are around you in any society.